Well, hello everyone, welcome to Spa, which is about to take place, play host to round number 14 of the 2016 CRC World Championship. And with regards to the stream, I can't guarantee it's going to work fine throughout the whole thing. I have tried everything I can to make sure that for the race, it was all going to work fine. I tested it last night. And it all went fine. But I really cannot promise anything. I cannot promise anything. But I am really hoping it's going to be a good stream. As we're not far away from the race start, things have been a little bit delayed. For various reasons. But I hope it's all worth it with a stream that's going to work fine. But now we're about to have the national anthem of Belgium. Okay, so that is the national anthem of Belgium. I'll be right back, and then it'll be time for the Belgian Grand Prix. Set in the Ardennes forest, the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps is about to play host to round number 14 of the 2016 CRC World Championship, the final ever season of the CRC World Championship, before it is succeeded by the IFOSMA League, which will be starting next year. We are here at the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for what should hopefully be a fascinating race. Now, we are a little bit behind schedule with a few things, so we do have a bit of time to go before the race. Still have a fair bit of time before the race will get underway. They just need to get a few things sorted out, because everything was running a little bit behind schedule due to these streaming issues. But I personally think this could be a good one here today. And hopefully I'll be right. We've got 44 laps of the Belgian Grand Prix to do in the Ardennes forest. But it is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen with regards to strategy. And it's going to be, they have confirmed, we have received confirmation that the issues that we had during qualifying was just a qualifying issue with the super soft tyres. And it shouldn't be an issue that should reoccur during the race today. But that led to a very confusing session where the pole time was actually a Q1 time. set by, surprise, surprise, Wesley. There were many fans who obviously wanted an exciting race that were quite angry at the fact, because they knew if they'd had that grid we could have had a more exciting race, but we need to be fair to the drivers, so obviously what was done had to be done. And it is a fairly normal grid that we have, to be honest. Apart from the fact Alex Moores is down in 4th. He could not get the lap together in Q3. He could not get the lap together to beat Wesley's time. To beat even the Dork's time. So, it was a very disappointing day for Alex Moores yesterday. And he's going to have his work cut out today. He is on the medium tyre, so lessons learned from the previous races, because I don't know why he's been going on the medium tyre on the hard tyre a lot of the previous races. I mean, he won in Zandvoort, but he did really luck into that win. But I don't think Wesley's going to have it all his own way, because he's got the 2 Dorks behind on the soft tyre. So I really do not think Wesley is going to have it all his own way. And by the way, with regards to the stream, I will keep refreshing if it, like, say, shuts down, like, say, every third of the race. But if it, like, happens every lap, I am going to say, oh, the hell with this, and I'm going to record the race and then upload it to YouTube. Because I don't want to be restarting OBS every lap. And unusually for Spa, the weather conditions are absolutely fantastic here today. Unusually for Spa, it's a very hot day. Earlier in the week, there was a little bit of a threat that we might have some rain. On Sunday, but that hasn't happened. The temperature's not quite as high as it was, though. It's only 17 degrees, which for a clear day isn't really that much. Which on a dry day is actually quite a little amount. I mean, it was quite a controversial way of setting the grid that they had. But we did eventually get there, a way of setting the grid. And we are almost set to get underway for the race. We're almost set. here at Spa. They're just going to join the game. And then we'll be ready for the formation lap. And I'm just hoping it's going to be a trouble-free stream. And I'm pretty sure everyone watching is hoping for that as well. Because, I mean, it actually doesn't... If I had to refresh it, it wouldn't affect you as much as it affects me. Because all you'd see... Because I can easily restart it in just like 5 seconds. I'd easily be able to restart it in 5 seconds, the stream in 5 seconds. In like 5 seconds, so it would be a break for you. Unless I have so many refreshers, it eventually times out. But with me, I have to be the one that does all the refreshing, and it's quite... I don't want to be having to do that. I want to be watching the race rather than doing all refreshing a stream that can't be bothered to work every 5 seconds. Because, I mean, as I said, it's an update that OBS have done. I've tried to get the old ask on the forum if there was any way I could get the old version, but with no luck. But had absolutely no luck with that. Okay. So as you can see, they are all on the grid. Ready to get going. If it lags before the start, then I will restart the race. If it makes you miss the start. First refresh of the day. As now it's time for the grid rundown. In pole position, it is Wood Essie ahead of Hannah Duran in second. Chantel Hall lines up in third, ahead of Alex Moores in fourth. Rosie O'Driscoll lines up in fifth, ahead of Matt Coombs in sixth, Dan Miller in seventh, and Jack Baldwin in eighth. In ninth of the grid, we have Toby Jones with Will Buchan in 10th. Lucy Woodward lines up in 11th, ahead of Kieran Hardy in 12th. Abby Leggett lines up in 13th, ahead of Matthew Tucson in 14th. In 15th of the grid, we have Chloe Carter ahead of Kerry-Ann Peace in 16th. 17th, we have Lucas Quintanilla, and then it's Marco Ipford in 18th. George Charlotte in 19th, and Maxim Tagala in 20th. Phoebe O'Connor lines up in 21st, and Ben Blakemore 22nd. Tom Mongol 23rd, and Hardboy in 24th. 25th, it's David Bland. 26th. 27th, Elliot Everson. 28th, James Lane. 29th, Louis Hyde. And at the back of the grid, it is Beck Towery. And that is your grid. I'm just going to close a few programs and I can't even close Skype. So I won't be on Skype all the people that expect me to message during that. I'm just making sure a few programs have closed to maybe enhance it a little bit. It was fine yesterday. But let's see. It's the start. It's a very slow formation that's being led by Willessie. He's really taking his time, isn't he? About it. He is really taking his time. As now, the field line up on the grid. Here we go. And we've got a lagging thing right at the right time. So right at the right time we've got the thing has crashed. So we're going to have a restart so I can rejoin in time. I'm not sure what is going on because I've never had these issues till now. But the formation app is having to be restarted due to this. I mean, I have been very patient with this throughout the weekend. So I think they have started their formation app already, but it should load everyone before. But I'm really going to look into what's going on with this, because I wasn't having this issue before, ever. And I did post on the forum, and I did follow everyone's instructions. I tried updating the drivers, and it appeared to work yesterday, but it doesn't appear to be working now. So, the formation that is back underway. So we're actually having to do this formation lap again. Let's fingers crossed that this time we are going to have a proper start without any issues. Crashing a lot though. As everyone lines up on the grid. Once more. Okay, everyone is in position. We have the lights in Spa. It's lights out, and away we go. And Chantal Hawk gets a good start, and is already alongside Hannah Duran. But Alex Moore switches to the inside. He's going to try to stick his nose up the inside of Hannah Duran. Chantal Hawk, I think, has managed to make the move. Are they all through the source safety? I think they have all managed to get through without a problem. A bit of contact at the back, but it's Esley who needs to wait. Two dorks going side by side into Eau Rouge. It's Duran who emerges ahead. Alex Morris has lost out as they head up towards the com for the first time. Are they all going to get it up to the com safely? It's Esley that leads the way from Duran, Hawk, Moores. I think you got Toby Jones, who's made a fantastic start, going straight up the inside, but he's lost it going into the com. And is he going to be able to get going again? And he's taken Lucy Woodward with him. Oh no! What was Toby Jones doing there? That will definitely be a safety car. And already we have trouble on the first lap. That was not very good. That was not what we want to see at all. Debatable rejoining of the track. And he's taken Marco Ifos out of the race. So, the safety car will be deployed. So let's have a look at what happened then. I think that was not acceptable from Toby Jones. And I've had another crash. Thankfully it's during a safety car. This really is going well. I'm going to turn some settings right down just to see if that will help. Just to see if that will help all the crashing. But we're under a safety car, so you're not missing anything. I'm turning some settings right down. Just to see if that will work. That might increase it because it's clearly a memory thing. But, so we can't show you a replay of what happened there because once you've rejoined the game, it is going to mean you can't look at the replays, but it is. But what did look like happened, it was a very unsafe rejoining of the track from Toby Jones. And it's taking ages to load. This is really going well, isn't it? Hopefully we'll be back in before the safety car comes in. And it doesn't appear to be doing much when I turn the settings down. So I turn the settings down, it's making it load slower. Where's the logic in that? Now it's finally moved. Now it's moving. Please bear with me. There really is nothing I can do about this. I've been trying so hard to make sure this doesn't work. This works fine. But the incident between Jones and Ifos is being investigated. Is being investigated, the incident. Because that was just... Because that rejoining, I mean, we saw it live. That was just not acceptable, that rejoin. You can't just spin and then go back onto the track straight into the coming pack. I mean, Toby Jones has been involved in a... Toby Jones has been involved in a lot of incidents this year. I wish there was a way I could extend the safety car, so if this takes any longer, we don't miss much. I mean, there are a lot of people I can see stating that was really unacceptable from Toby Jones because, and I can see why. I mean, if you've gone wide, You can't just accelerate into the oncoming pack. And that is what Toby Jones did. You can't just go into the oncoming pack. Because in the process, he's taken himself and an innocent driver out of the race. In the process. We're hearing this is going to be quite a long safety car period because of, obviously, because the incident that with Toby Jones. I think we're almost loaded, so we'll almost be able to check back in with the action. Yeah, and we are loaded. So no safety car in yet. The settings have been turned right down, so hopefully, I mean, the downside of having the game crash like it did, the downside of it means we can't look at any replays of that first lap incident or of the start. I mean, Wood SC got away absolutely fantastically. Safety car in this lap. So, the safety cars due in at the end of this lap. So let's see how this restart's gonna go. But SC that leads. From the two Dork racing cars. Amidst all the streaming issues, we haven't really made heads or tails as to what's been happening. Abby Leggett's up into 9th. Lucy Woodward, obviously we saw Lucy Woodward getting caught up in that instant. She's down to 15th. And Wondergala and Mongala dropped to the rear of the field. I think that was all as a result of the knock-on effect of that incident that was caused by Toby Jones. Chloe Carter in P11 for Lockheed. Lockheed have had a good weekend this weekend. Probably their strongest pace-wise. Their strongest race pace-wise. So as the restart is about to take place, Hannah Duran needs to be careful. Hannah Duran needs to be careful, because obviously don't forget she is coming back from a race ban from missing a race due to a race ban. But the restart is about to take place, and Wood Esley, how's he going to get this restart? He gets this restart good, so it's Essie that leads the way. Are we going to see any moves Going into the source hairpin, it's Essie that leads from the two dorks and Moors. And it looks like they're not seeing any moves. We've got a bit of action there with the RTS. Having a look down the inside of Carrie-Anne Peace. That's a very bold move from Phoebe O'Connor. But Carrie-Anne Peace gets a switchback. But tell you what, Wesley hasn't got the best of exits. And but Chantel Hawk is right behind her teammate on the run up to Lecom. Is Chantel Hawk going to be able to make her way round the outside? Going into Lecom. She's going to fight it round the outside. And she has made that move stick. So Chantel Hawk has taken second place. So Chantel Hawk, she just got a very good run onto the Camel Straight, didn't she? And it was a move that really did look like it was going to happen. Looks like there's been no incident so far as Tom Mongo going for a very bold move down the inside of Louis Hyde in the battle for P27. But Wesley has already started to streak clear in his typical fashion. But we need to see what those dorks' pace is like on the soft tyre. And what Wesley, the big question is Wesley going to be able to get away from those two dork racing cars on the soft tyre? I mean, so we need to really keep an eye on the lap time. So in the second sector, Wesley 5/10 up in the middle sector, 47.3 in sector 1, in sector 2, 47.8 for Hawk in sector 2. But it's going to be this lap we really need to have a comparison between those two drivers. Probably many judge as the two best drivers on the grid. But Wesley, look at the lead that he has pulled already. And that is crucial. So, into their com. It looks like, I think it does just look like at this stage of the race, on those medium tyres, Yanata Roca have the measure over Dork. It just looks like at this stage of the race. But there is still a long way to go in this race. Got a bit of action at the back of the field. Down the inside goes the speed tech of Louis Hyde. But tell you what, is it just me or has the gap closed on this lap? Or the first sector, Esli pulled 5/10. But it's just, I think the thing that's making the difference, it is the straights that's making the difference. So, the actual power output of the Anataroka appears to be a lot stronger than the power output of the Dork. Especially as Duran cannot seem to get away from Alex Moores. But Hawk was 4/10 quicker in the middle sector than Wesley. I think Chantal Hawk has started to find some pace. Now her tyres are up to temperature. I think she's starting to find some pace in that Dork racing car. It is them. Oh, we got a yellow somewhere. I don't think it was a legitimate yellow because we do see it at the bus stop sometimes. Here comes Alex Moores down the inside of Hannah Duran. Is he going to make this one stick? They're still side by side, but Alex Moores has made that move stick, and that is a crucial move for Alex Moores. Alex Moores goes to the inside to defend, but Hannah Duran is able to find her way right round the outside. Fantastic piece of driving from Hannah Duran. And Alex Moores has... And that position has to wait a little bit longer for Alex Moores. It seems the leading two seem to really have the measure over everyone else at this stage of the race. So, it's Esli in the lead of the race. The leading pair did set near identical lap times on that last lap. Let's see what the lap times are like at the moment. Got a yellow momentarily, but I think that's just the glitch at the final chicane. Oh, look at that! Chantel Hawk has managed to close a lot. I think she's finding pace. But here we pull back to the battle for third place. Is Alex Moores going to be able to get past this time? He's got the run on Duran. Is Duran going to go to the inside to defend? That's going to be an easy move for Alex Moores. So Alex Moores is through into third. So Alex Moores has taken third. And whilst we were looking at that, Matt Coombs has managed to pass Rosie O'Driscoll. But nothing between the leading pair right now. It's Will Esley who's leading. I think he's just managing the pace right now. He's just managing the pace. He's not really going for it in the middle sector. He's been told not to absolutely attack in the middle sector because he knows on the Kemmel Straight he is going to get a massive advantage with the power output of that Yanataroka. But Hannah Duran is going to have a look down the inside of Alex Moores, and I think she has managed to take that position back. So Duran has retaken third from Alex Moores. It's that middle sector where the door is on fire. And look at how close Chantel Hawk's got this time. Once she's in DRS, she could really close. We're seeing a fascinating race so far. But Chantel Hawk is not able to get through yet. Is Alex Moores going to do it this time? Permanently, he does for the moment, but he needs to get that middle sector right. But Hannah Duran has really been caught off guard, and she has lost out. But it is the middle sector. There is absolutely nothing between the leading pair. Alex Moores is way ahead right now. I wonder if SC knows. So we're just going to look at the projected distance that the softs are expected to go. Look at how close she is getting. But it's going to be this part where SC is going to get a massive boost. But Eau Rouge, if she can get the drive off, she could get through. And she is certainly within range. Is she going to be able to make the move stick with DRS? I don't think she's close enough this time. She didn't quite get the run off of Eau Rouge that she would need to do that. So, the projected distance for the soft tyres to go is till lap 12. That might have been extended by the safety car. But we should expect Chantal Hawk into the pits in a couple of laps' time. But the crucial thing is, where is she going to rejoin? Yellow flag, I think that was actually for Hawk and Esley because they were going into the bus stop. That sometimes happens because the bus stop's such a slow corner. Is Hawk, I think she's a little bit closer this time. I don't think it's enough though. Has she actually got DRS? Because it appears to not be working for her. Actually, I think that must be a visual glitch because people are getting DRS here as Matt Coombs gets past Dan Milliner with the aid of DRS. I think Rosie O'Driscoll's right there to pounce to see if she can make any moves. So, lap 11, and the order is, so, Esley, Hawk, Moores, Duran, Coombs, Milliner, O'Driscoll, Buchan, Baldwin, and Woodward. Lucy Woodward's managed to get back into the top 10. So she's driving well. I believe she's on the soft tyre. I think Chantal Hawk's hanging back now because I think her pit stop is pending. I'm pretty sure that she is going to be absolutely praying that when she pits, she's going to come out in clear air. I'm pretty sure it is going to be this lap. Same for Duran as well. No pit signal yet. Oh, that's the master force of Dan Milliner going for a roll. I saw that happen in the background. Let's have a look at what happened. Went for an optimistic lunge. That won't have done his car any good whatsoever. And his pit stop either. Duran is right behind Moores, but this is for the lead. Is Chantal Hawk going to be able to get past this time? She's going to have a little look. Essie knows that she's there. Alex Moores goes to the inside to defend from Hannah Duran, but he runs deep into the corner. There's a bit of contact. Alex Moores went back on the track, but Duran has managed to get past Moores in their ongoing battle for third place. As Lucy Woodward has a look down the inside of Jack Baldwin. Is she going to be able to get through? She's getting really held up by the Guindon, I tell you what. Is she going to have a look into Pouron? We've seen fantastic overtakes from her in the past. No pit signal on for Hawk yet, but they do tend to come on quite late, do the pit signals around here. Sometimes they can go till here. No pit stop yet from Hawk. None from Duran either. As Tucson goes down the inside of Chloe Carter. Yellow out there. I think that was for that. Carter's got the use of DRS. They both got DRS on the run up to the source. Tucson has the high ground and he's able to make the move stick. Duran repasses Moores. Or has she actually repassed? I think Moores got through, but Moores has gone back through. Hawk's in this lap. Duran's not got her signal on yet. It's going to be interesting to see where Hawk's going to come out. What is crucial for her is she comes out in clear air, because this is going to be the phase of the race. This is going to be the phase of the race where she could gain, if she is going to win this race, she could gain the advantage. So, in she comes. Chantal Hawk is into the pits for the first time. Let's see how the guys and girls at Dork get this stop. So very right towards the end of the pit lane, her box is. It's a good stop. Is she going to be out in traffic? That's the question. There's O'Driscoll. She's going to be out behind Dan Millen, and that's not what she needs. So she's rejoined behind Dan Milner, but got the exit off of Eau Rouge. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets past Dan Milner here down the straight, and she's just going to breeze past the Master Force into their comp. But it's run a little wide into the corner, but I think she is through. So she got that done quickly. Duran's been in as well. She's down in P14. So she's in traffic. As down the inside goes David Bland. I think it'll be a couple more laps before we see the medium tyre runners come in. Yellow out there. This is a longer yellow, so something's clearly happened somewhere. Oh, Duran and Carter have come together. Going into... So Carter goes to the inside. There's contact. Carter appeared. It looked like Carter understeered into her. Yeah, there was a bit of understeer. I don't think that was either of their fault, to be honest. Chantal Hawks managed to pass Rosie O'Driscoll round the outside of the bus stop, and that is crucial for her race. That is absolutely crucial. As Tucson tries to make the move on Hardy. No pit signal on SC yet. So, is it going to be Esli in this lap? I'm sure he is going to respond. If I were him, I'm pretty sure he will. as Duran gets down the inside of the CGP, but almost rolls it. It's a risky pass to go down the inside into the bus stop. No signal on for Esley yet. If I was him, I would be pitting as soon as possible. Because of that threat from the Dork Racing driver. Who's going to have a lot more pace on those tyres. There is traffic ahead as well. But he's going to stretch this stint another lap. I think that's a mistake, to be honest, because of all that traffic there is in the distance. As Chantal Hawk's right behind Matt Coombs here, getting a bit of opposite lock on Eau Rouge. That's going to lose her momentum, but she's got the DRS, and as you can see, as soon as she passes that DRS sign, she's got the run on Matt Coombs, and I think she is going to make this one stick. So she's through. Esley's in this lap. Did he pass the HWR without a problem? Yeah, he did. So, Esley's through. Did have the issue there, but let's see. What he can do, he's got back traffic ahead. That could actually affect him a little bit. If he decides to go the other way, how's he going to get into the pits? That's smart thinking from Wood Esley. If he'd gone alongside, he would have struggled to get into the pits. To back off, that was smart thinking. Alex Moores is staying out another lap. Good stop for Wood Esley, but where is Hawk? Hawk's through. That is crucial. Chantal Hawk is ahead. That is absolutely crucial for her race. And now what about Alex Moores? Oh, he is struggling with traffic here. He is really struggling. So, Esley has pitted and has rejoined behind Chantal Hawk, but not far. There's Matt Coombs, he is struggling a little bit for pace. Of course, on old tyres. I mean, he's pitting this lap, so that might create interest, but Esley's going to try it around the outside into Blanchimont. No way! And he has made that move stick. Another fantastic move from Wood Esley. He has made the move stick into Blanchimont. Chantal Hawk's managed to get past Alex Moores, who comes into the pits. That was stunning. Chantel Hawk did a fantastic move as well, but she was a little bit helped by the HWR. To be fair, compared to Wesley, who just got the drive. But he's not getting the drive on this back marker, is he? There's Alex Moores. They're both behind Rosie O'Driscoll. O'Driscoll's ahead of Moores. Wow, it's been a difficult afternoon for Esley. Has finally managed to get past the HWR. But it's really been a difficult afternoon for Alex Moores. Another difficult afternoon for Alex Moores. So, yellow out there. Who's had a problem this time? Oh, it's Kieran Hardy who's had a problem. He's having a difficult afternoon. He's hit George Chandler. Both Mossets yet to stop. And Matt Coombs is getting very close to Alex Moores, who's struggling for pace right now. Wow, he's really struggling for pace. To be that much slower than a car that he should be quicker than. Of course, with the DRS, Coombs gains time. As Dan Milner gets past Abby Leggett. So that 20 out of 44 in what has been a fascinating race so far, as Chantal Hawk making her way past the two speed techs. So this is looking to be a two-horse race, isn't it? Between Esley and Hawk. I mean, it is good to see that we do have someone other than Ian Ataroka in the battle. It's what everyone wants to see. As Esley's going to go into Eau Rouge and put a lap. That's brave. Yellow out there. Who's had a problem? Someone's had a problem somewhere. Not sure what that was. Matt Coombs still right behind Alex Moores. As Matt Coombs is going to try it down the inside. That was risky, but he could not make it stick. So we're approaching half distance. Of this race. Yellow out there. Louise Morrow has retired from the race. She's gone off at Lecom. Yellow. So Harvey Williams is out as well. And he's had to stop his car. Clearly a mechanical drama there on the Shantana. We are approaching the window for Chantel Hawk to pit for her second scheduled stop. She has driven a well-measured race so far, has Chantel Hawk, and I think at the moment it's looking good for her. But there is still a long way to go. Oh, Alex Moores and Matt Coombs have come together, and Alex Moores has lost his rear wing! It's happened again! Alex Moores has lost his rear wing, and he spins it. Another mistake from Alex Moores, and surely that's going to put him out of reach now for Wesley. He's got no rear wing, so he's going to have to retire from the race. And surely that is going to put him out of reach now. Wow. It's happened again. He's done it again. Surely that is going to put Wesley out of reach now. So, at the moment, Esty would finish second. At the moment, the gap's at 51 points. I believe it's at 51 points anyway. So what would this do to the championship? Is that the end of the last 51 points is the gap right now, as Dan Milner goes down the inside of Matt Coons but can't get it done. So 51. 69 points this could put the gap up to. And if Essie can win the race, it'll be at 76 points. Surely, as things stand, that is going to put Alex Wesley out of reach. I'll be right back. What an interesting development. And whether Essie could beat Hawk or not, surely that is going to put the Anataroka driver out of reach for Alex Moores. And he's done it again. He's done it so many times this season. I mean, with Esley last year, it was all bad, mostly bad luck. With this, it's all been driver errors. As Abby Ledger is under pressure from Lucy Woodward. Obviously Abby Ledger yet to stop. As Hannah Duran puts a lap on the speed tech. Do you remember this time last year, we were all saying that this could be the end of Esley's title hopes? A year on, it's Alex Moores we're saying that about. So Chantal Hawk comes into the pits for her second stop. Let's see how the team get this stop. So where's she going to exit? She exits in clean air. That's going to work for her. That is crucial for her. Duran's in this lap. Yellow flag out. So Walesi retakes the lead. Because so far, Chantal Hawk has driven a very good race, and I think if she drives the way she is going, if she drives the way she's driving, I mean, she will have to actually, though, the hard bit for Hawk is going to come in the last stage of the race, where she is actually going to have to try to pass Walesi on track. Which won't be pleasant for her, but it would be pleasant for us, because then we'd get a race for the lead. And that's what we want to see in CRC. We haven't seen that often in CRC, because it's all just been Walesi running away with all the races this season. And that's not what we want to see. We want to see a fight for the lead. Duran into the pits. The Dort pit box is right at the end of the pits. And it's a long stop for Duran. She had contact, remember. with Chloe Carter earlier in the stint. She gets going though. And she exits in P9. It's been a difficult afternoon for Duran. Whilst her teammate is in a straight fight with Wesley for the win, it's not all going to plan for Hannah Duran. So, the way this race will work, if they can get their stints right, the way this race is going to work is Esley's going to pit, obviously. They're both going to pit one more time, both Hawk and Esley. But on the soft tyres, Hawk will have more pace, as Duran makes it down the inside but slides in the process. Esley gets past the Tove. The Tove actually moved over there when Esley was struggling. Oh, that was a little bit close for comfort for Esley. The Tove had to really back off there. But the thing that's where things are gonna go really interesting is when Hawk pits for the final time. This stage of the race, she really needs to drive every lap, the best lap she has ever driven here. She's got to drive every lap like a qualifying lap right now. And so has Wesley. Legit's going to be pitting at the end of this lap. I believe Tewson's been in and out. Tewson has been in. As down the inside goes Hannah Duran of Abby Leggett, who's losing time being stuck behind the traffic. We need to see how this is going to go for Leggett. On those hard tyres. As Duran is going to put a lap on the HWR into launch one, and Leggett doesn't get there in time. Of course, Leggett backs off because she's coming in, and so is the HWR. That could make things interesting. A lot of back markers coming in. That might cost her a little bit. Oh, it's a long stop for Leggett. There's Tewson going through her teammate who she was ahead of before. A very long stop for Abby Leggett. That's not worked out for Leggett at all. So, she exits in 13th. So, I think it's a couple of laps before we see Wesley into the pits. I believe it was around lap 16 that he came in. yellow out there. Who's had a problem, I wonder? It was out for a while. I think it was something regarding Lucy Woodward. No, I think it was actually the back markers ahead. I think... No, it was Lucy Woodward who went off. Chantal Hawk did manage to put a lap on Tom Mungle. So, when are we going to see Woodessie come into the pits? And we will have a word from our pit reporter who we're just trying to see if we can get a connection with. So we will have a word with our pit reporter who... So, strategy-wise, where do you think this race is going?
I think it's going to have fresher tyres at the end of the race, which means when Paul is catching him, he'll be able to put up more time. So I think at the end of the race, it's very comfortable S.
Okay, thank you. That's obviously the interpretation of the race. That basically what I've been saying. It's going to be very interesting. And we've got a massive yellow flag out there. It's Phoebe O'Connor who's gone off the circuit right in front of Woodessie. That would have been a lucky escape for him. And he's getting through this traffic. Probably not as cleanly as he would want. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. That could damage his car. That could really affect things here. That could damage his car. That bit of we've seen how one touch can cause damage in the past. As Essie is going to get through. Wow, that would feel good. To get through all three of the traffic in one straight. And Woodessie will feel better, even better when he's told Chantal Hawk is going through the same traffic and has to go through the middle sector right behind them. But as our pit reporter said, it is going to be very interesting. Please don't risk it. We want to have a race for the lead. Please don't rob us of a lead battle traffic. We want a race for the lead. I was worried that the CGP was going to take out Hawk there for a moment. Seeing as she is the person that we're relying on for a lead battle right now. And she gets down the inside of David Bland. And I think Phoebe O'Connor will be easily doable down the Kemmel Straight. Which she is. There is more traffic ahead. Essie's in this lap. That is crucial. How much damage? It was only a slight tap. But we have seen how much a tap can do. So, would it be an extended stop due to this damage? So, Essie's in this lap. Into the pits. So, is this stop going to be long? Chantal Hawk's gone through. He had to wait a little bit, but the damage didn't affect anything. He had to wait a little bit longer, but that stop was extended slightly due to the traffic. And he's going to be out just ahead of Tom Mungle, which will relieve him. Because he won't want to deal with the traffic. So now, the real question. Is how long can Hawk go on these tyres? How long can the Dork Racing driver go? That's the big question. She has the fastest lap of the race. Well, Essie has the fastest lap of the race right now. And what's her pace like? Yellow out there. So, oh, that's Dan Murner's out. Dan Murner from the points. He's had to stop what looks like an engine failure. Unfortunate for him. So, I think we've got a few more laps before we're going to see Chantal into the pits. So, how long? If I was her, I'd go a bit shorter to have more time on the softer rubber. So she went in on lap 13, then went to lap 25. Oh, we got a Tove off on the Kemmel Straight. It's David Bland, so we've got retirements coming in right in front of the CGP. Actually, right in front of Essie as well. A fiery engine failure, a fiery end to the race. Well, actually, still got more pitters. Baldwin's into pits. Buchan's rejoined on those medium tyres. Baldwin's rejoined on the medium tyres. So they're both going to the end. So, cars still pitting as Esley gets past the CGP quite seamlessly. Exactly how you'd want to pass a back marker. As Chantal Hawk puts... Oh, please don't squeeze her, George. Oh, what was George Chandler doing there? What was George Chandler doing there? Chantal Hawk's got going again, but that has surely cost her the race win. Surely, what on earth was George Chandler doing there? Just steered straight into her. What was that? I'm sorry, but you can't do that. Especially if it's a leader who's fighting for the win. That is not on. If it's a leader that is fighting for the win, that's trying hard to win this race, she lost at least 10 seconds in that, and she's going to lose more due to a bad stop, surely. We'll need to see where she rejoins in comparison to Esley when she pits. Because now Esley's on the same straight. As here you've got Matt Coons behind Anna Duran, who still has to pit. If I was Hawk, I would pit now. Because then the damaged pit stop would be out of the way, and she'd have more time to bring that gap down. But it is a long lap round here, so it is a long lap round here. Oh, a lot of back markers coming into the pits. So there is plenty of time to be gained. This will help Hawk a bit. Esley getting held up by Chloe Carter. Chloe Carter does give way. As Chantal Hawk gets past James Lang. I mean, I don't mean to. And Chantal Hawk's in this lap. That's crucial. Even despite that, I don't mean to get everyone's hopes down, but I think that incident with Chandler may have decided the race. May have given Esley an easy run to the flag. I mean, George Chandler should not have been cutting across like that. Especially if it's the race leader. But not just how much time, where is she going to come out? How much time is she going to lose due to the damage? So, she's in. How much time is she going to lose due to the damage? Esley's back through. And has got those back markers, but it's going to get them at a good point. Oh, already, and it is a slow stop. I'm afraid, I think. And she might even be behind O'Driscoll here. She's going to come out in second. But I'm afraid, I think that has decided the race. Esley is looking good. And Hawk's not even into Eau Rouge yet when Esley's heading up towards Rivage. So it is looking good for Chantal, for Will Esley. But Esley, that's a risky move. We've seen it go wrong for people in the past. But he's got a good gap. So even contact and going wide there will not cost him a bit. And if Hawk cannot get past these back markers, she might even lose out to Rosie O'Driscoll. But that has... I mean, it's a shame. We were hoping that we'd see a fight for the lead, but... unfortunately, that has been ruined. I mean, 5 laps... and we'll obviously see the gap when it comes up on they come up on live races going down the Kemmel Straight. I mean, even as long as the lap round here is, I think that's a bit of a tall order. To close like an 18-second gap, I think is just a tall order. I think is going to be quite a tall order. I mean, she will have more pace. But Esley is out in front, not many back markers left to conquer. I think this is now his to lose. I think that is his to lose. This race is now his to lose. So, lap 41 out of 44. And the championship leader currently looks on to extend his championship lead. The championship leader looks on to extend his championship lead. After an incident with a backmarker proved costly for the Dork Racing driver. I mean, I think as much as a second will do her good, and at this rate would move her ahead of Toby Jones in the stands, I think she will feel this as another race that she should have won but has got away from her. I mean, of course, next week it's the Italian Grand Prix in front of her team's home track. On her team's home track. All these back markers squabbling it out ahead. So let's see what the lap time is like for Hawk. So 46.7. When Leslie did a 47.6. I mean, that is almost a second faster, but she needs more. It's like a 16-second gap. That she's off. I mean, she is going to clear these traffic without a problem. I don't think she actually lost any time there. Yep, SC's got... I don't think SC's got any back markers left. I think this looks likely just to be an easy run from here to the flag to Will Estley, providing nothing goes wrong on his car or he doesn't make a mistake. There's no more back markers to conquer for Will Estley. There's no more traffic. And it looks like it's going to be another victory. And another step closer to a second world title. 76 points the gap will be up to. And surely this is going to put him out of reach. This is going to put Will Estley out of reach now. Surely this is all it. Surely this is going to put Will Estley way out of reach now. I mean, Hawk has a lot more pace than Will Estley does. But 76 points. But 76 points for Will Estley. That the gap is going to be he's got a healthy margin from a driver that did give him a hard time today, but in the end lost out due to an incident with a back marker that was not her fault. I think this is going to be... I think this is like the third race that she's had that has gotten away from her. I think this one might be at least as tough as Austria. I think this is going to be tough for Hawk. And I'm not sure George Chandler is going to be the most popular person with all her fans right now. But the person who took advantage of it, Wesley, who is now heading into Blanchimont for the last time, up towards the bus stop chicane for the final time. And it is going to be another victory for Wesley. It's an 8th win of the season for Wesley. Wesley wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh, and extends his championship lead to 76 points. Surely that is going to put him out of reach now. Chantal Hawk, I'm pretty sure she'll be very disappointed. Brings her car home in second. And Rosie O'Driscoll, what a quiet day she's had. But she is going to finish in third place to take a podium finish. Matt Coombs is going to take fourth. Hannah Duran's going to take fifth. What a fascinating race. The two Baronassos. Good race for Baronasso. Are going to take 6th and 7th. Baldwin's going to take 8th. Towson's going to take 9th. And Leggett's going to get the final point. The rate the race link is in the description. So, Wesley goes into this part of the season with a dream margin. Got the podium coming up. $76 points is his gap. Oh, was that Masterforce stopping with an engine failure? Matt Coombs. Because that could lose him an engine. Yeah, it was an engine failure for Matt Coombs on the in-lap. So, what an interesting race that was. The podium is coming up. I'll be right back. So, what a fascinating race that we just saw. It's Will Esley who is victorious once again. Alex Moores once again. Loses out. So Wesley. Takes the win. Here we go. For the podium. In third place, Rosie O'Driscoll. In second place, Chantal Hawk. And the winner, Wesley. And for him and the Anataroka team, we hear the British National Anthem. So, the trophies are about to be presented. Wesley picks up his first place trophy. The Constructors' Trophy is handed to the Anataroka team. The second place trophy is handed to Chantal Hawk. She looks a little bit disappointed. I think she will see this as the race that got away, but still keeping a smile on her face for the fans, for the many fans that she has. And in third place we have Rosie O'Driscoll. And now it's time. The drivers are just posing for the photograph. It's time for the drivers to let loose with the champagne! It's Wesley who's victorious once again at Spa. So, an interesting race. So now we're looking at the penalty points. Hearing Toby Jones has received 5 penalty points and a back of grid penalty for what he did. And that actually puts him only 1 penalty point off a race ban. That actually puts him only 1 penalty point off a race ban. George Chandler has received 3 penalty points and a 10th place grid penalty and also a back of grid penalty for causing that collision with Chantel Hawk. So 1 penalty point Toby Jones is off. That basically means he can't touch anyone for the rest of the season. Otherwise, he will be banned. That basically means he cannot touch anyone for the rest of the season. So, in terms of the engine usage, Walesi is still very good on engines. Bland, Williams and Coombs lost engines. This will guarantee Coombs a penalty. Alex Moores is on his final engine now. So, going into Monza, but with this gap, this means Walesi, with 7 races to go, he can finish 3rd behind Alex Moores in every race. And still win the championship. He has such a margin now. I mean, he really has dominated this whole season. And I think Alex Moores does have a task on his hand. To actually... I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not going to give up yet. But I think Essie's going to have quite a tough task. But that is it from Spa. And eventually, after the issues with all the safety car, we had a stream that was largely trouble-free. Yay! And you did see, we did have one crash during the race, but that was it. 2 during the race is fine. I don't care about that. It's just if I have to refresh every race, every that, then when it's not fine. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in Monza next week. Goodbye.